Stranded, injured, and alone, a motorcyclist spends the night in a ravine after breaking a leg in what could have easily been a deadly crash. Welcome to KOIN 6 News at 11. I'm Chris Holmstrom. That motorcyclist survived through Thursday night in Skamania County, but it may have been a different story if not for a Vancouver couple. Now, Lisa Balick joins us now, which more of a story of survival.
It is, and also a combination of a man's intuition, the man who found that motorcyclist, who also believes he was in the right place at the right time.
My wife and I, we make it a point every Friday or at least once a week to go out and go hiking.
Anson Service was out for a hike with his wife, this time in the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest, in an area northwest of Stevenson. He saw a motorcycle alongside the road and became concerned when it was still there 2 hours later.
We pulled off to the side and I went and peeked over the edge and saw a fella down there laying on the rocks down by the river. So I was like, are you okay? And he couldn't really talk because of his injuries, so he kind of just mouthed the words, "Oh."
Service told his wife to call 911 as he headed down to the biker.
I scurried down the embankment to get down to where he was and found that he had hurt his back. He said his back was broken, said his shoulder was broken, his left leg was broken. And so he was in pretty bad shape.
Turns out the rider had been stuck down there overnight. Service says he learned the man was a retired Navy SEAL who may have even saved his own life.
He actually landed down in the river, took his helmet off, took his boot off, and then he had to drag himself probably about 15 or 20 feet to where he was laying up a little higher up, where it was a little drier.
But with no cell service, Anson climbed back up, hopped into the Jeep with his wife, and drove 20 minutes before they finally could get a phone signal. They waited for the rescue crews and led them to the area about 40 feet off the road. They watched as the man was brought up on a stretcher and airlifted out of the woods. Service says he's grateful he listened to his inner voice to see if something was wrong.
It could be that still small voice inside you that's, saying somebody needs help. So pay attention to it. It could save a life.
That little voice. Now, we have contacted Skamania County and so far have been unable to make contact with the motorcyclist who was rescued. But Service tells us it's a reminder to all of us out hiking or venturing out solo this summer to leave information about where we're going and when we expect to return. Chris?